to WAMily.TV. It's the start of Season 2, Episode 8, and we're calling it, We're Still Here! Yeah, like your invasive mother, Okay. Boy, that's still here. Good to know nothing's changed. It's like your invasive mother-in-law that came for the weekend and it's day 26. Okay, so I am your host and news anchor, Brantonio Banderas, not to be confused with the anchor that keeps us all rooted in the bedrock of Jesus. That's right. As always, we are joyfully diddly-I-do. Can you guys say like a diddly-I-do? Come on, let me hear it. A diddly-I-do.
A diddly-I-do.
Oh, there it is. Hey, we want you to give a virtual high five with, now get this, any emoji of your choosing. Come on, just we're going to play a little emoji roulette. Just get one, pick one, toss it in that chat there. Any emoji of your choosing. I mean, who knows what will happen? That's kind of been the unwritten motto of this show. Okay, so as you can see by my hair growth since our last time that we met, that nasty little vaccine is still invasive. That's right, COVID is still out there, and that clinical trial testing that I'm doing is still in the chase. But I'm not giving up hope. Nope, did you hear about Russia? Russia seems to be having a little something going on. But all I can think about these days is Daddy's got a big old hairball and it's hot in here. Wow, can somebody wipe my brow? You know, it reminds me of when I was in the Yukon wilderness, spending the night singing show tunes in that volcano, live volcano pit. And there was that baby bird that was trapped. Oh, but that is another story for another day. So, hey, we want you to feel free to comment along the way, make suggestions. We've got the whole crew here, right, huh? There they are, ready to engage with you in digital conversation. So, to kick off our night, we are returning with a fan favorite. That's right, a double scoop of joy on the ice cream of national news. We call it good news. And here's our exceptional rejoicer, Rhonda Jacob. Rhonda, are you there?
I am here and ready to give you some really good news. Hey,
great.
Things going on in our world and around our country. So there's an airline crew, a whole bunch of members of airline crews that have come together to really help out a lot of our frontline workers, people in the medical field. So it started over in the UK, but it's moved over to the United States. And it started a couple months ago in May, and they have a bunch of the pilots and flight attendants and other airline personnel that aren't working as much right now as they're used to, want to be helping people. They're trained to do it. And so they got together and decided we're going to create these amazing lounges for these frontline workers. And so they are going into it started in New York City, and they're in a couple of the big hospitals next to two of the largest airports. And so they are providing like first class service if you were on a first class seat on a flight. And so they're not only giving them great snacks and drinks and all that kind of stuff, but they're also giving them an opportunity just to talk to somebody outside the hospital bubble. And so they're really involved in it. They're getting a lot more people involved. They're really wanting to spread it across the country, which has been great. And so they're starting to see that. People are getting involved through a GoFundMe page if they want to help donate for this, or they can apply to volunteer even if they're not in the airlines. So it's a growing thing, but it's a really, really cool way to help our people that have been on the front lines for so long.
Now, Rhonda, I do just want to caution you, give you a little broadcast advice when you're talking about a COVID deathly disease. You don't want to be talking about how they're loving to spread it. Okay. Well, that kind of caught me off guard. I didn't hear anything you said after the next 15 seconds because my mind was spinning. But that sounds like a great What a great top-notch boy. It pays to be a health worker these days, doesn't it? Well, you know, we were inspired by this generous charitable project here in WAM. And so we found a generous donor, and we came up with a little first-class lounge for our volunteers.
Yes.
We're going to do a little sneak peek. And I'm going to give you a little glimpse. Let me see if I can do it here. Can you see this? That's a little glimpse at our first-class lounge there. There's Michael with those grape juice. We are serving top-notch quality grape juice. And Paula, of course, is over on the piano, tinkling the ivories. It is just an exquisite great experience. And so what do we say when we hear good news like that? Good news. Yes. Now that's good news. Yes, it is indeed. Rhonda, do you have anything else for us?
I have one more thing I want to mention to you. It just lets us know that age should not be a limiter for any reason. And I think that's pretty good to know, especially as somebody's about to turn 50 in our midst. Don't Grant. However, Brantonio, this
we're going to edit? Well, we'll be editing. Great.
This woman, her name is Cornelia Verdenstein. I wanted to get that right. Cornelia Verdenstein. She's from Romania. Her husband were actually Holocaust survivors. And in 1965, they were here in the U.S. They'd only been here a couple of years. They spent $600, a lot of money, and bought a piano. And for over 50 years, she has been teaching piano lessons to students. So she loved it when kids would come, and she'd be teaching 6-year-olds to 17-year-olds, like from 6:30 in the morning to 7 at night. I mean, this woman is just going after it. And at 92 years old, that's really something. And so obviously COVID-19 hit and things had to change. Kids couldn't come to her house anymore. So she went virtual. So she started by doing it on FaceTime, pretty amazing. And then she wanted to do some recitals. And so a couple of the parents taught her how to do Zoom, and she started doing that. So the kids dressed up, the families dressed up, cleaned up their houses, and they all started Zooming in on their recitals, and she's keeping it going, and she has no reason to stop. And she said she really hopes to get face-to-face again soon, but she's not going to let a pandemic slow her down.
Now that's good news. That is great. Oh, wow, that provides a little inspiration. Great story. Rhonda, thank you so much for sharing that. One of our fan favorites. One of our next ones is, we got a little guest. Well, he's actually not much of a guest. He's here every week. Lawrence Williams. Come on, we got to get the inside scoop. We're going to do a segment that we called Fake or Fact. Fake or fact. Lawrence, you've experienced this on the other end, right? Well,
I have.
Boy, I don't know if you can really, that's probably not the best lead-in. You ever experienced this on the other end, Lawrence? I'm gonna stick to the script.
I'm dead.
Okay. All right. Lawrence, you know how this works. You're gonna give us 3 things that are intriguing, interesting about your life, memorable. And we're going to guess which one of those is false. 2 of them will be fact. 1 of them will be false. We'll be voting in just a moment, so get your little mouse clicker ready, okay, and get your discernment on, because, Lawrence, you're going to try to fool us, aren't you?
Yeah. I am. That's the
You
plan.
are. Okay, so, Lawrence, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us. Give me the first one here.
So the first one is I was born Lawrence Williams. So that's the first one.
Wait, Lawrence, if you weren't born Lawrence Williams, who would you be? Wait a minute, what? Oh, the name. You were born the name Lawrence Williams.
The name of Lawrence.
Okay.
Williams. Yes.
Okay. That wouldn't have been my first choice, but okay, let's go. All right.
The second, I have never been outside the United States. And the third, I was at the top of my class from 4th to 6th grade for number of suspensions.
You were in the top 5 of your class for the number of suspensions?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So We're going to put the poll in there. And come on, we're going to post that poll up there. You guys start voting which one you think is false. Let's recap what it is. The first one is his name really Lawrence Williams? Was he named Lawrence Williams when he was born, or is he some freaky alias undercover agent, which would be exciting? Number two, which one? What was it? Because I have a short-term memory, Lawrence. Don't even remember what he said.
I have never been outside of the United States.
Well, the strange thing about that one, because I'm just tapping into some of my detective experiences back in the day, is you have a flag on your wall behind you, Lawrence. And
I do.
so that could be a tell. It could be a tell. We'll see. Oh, you have a couple flags there, I see. Okay, so maybe, could be throwing that off. You could have just put those up today. Okay, what's the third one?
I was at the top of my class from 4th to 6th grade for number of suspensions.
A lot of people, when they make that statement, I was in the top of the class in 4th and 6th grade, that's usually a positive thing. But I love how you switched that there and said that you were derelict and in the principal's office all the time.
All the time.
So, okay. We got our votes in there. Everybody got your votes in there. We're closing the polls here. Lawrence, what's the answer? What do we got there, buddy?
The answer, the false choice, is number 1. I was not born Lawrence Williams.
Who are you?
What? It's Denzel Washington. Ladies and gentlemen,
There we
the
go.
real Denzel stepped forth.
My mother had birthed me as Maurice, and she changed my name a week after I was born and named me Lawrence Williams.
Now, my audio was kind of cutting out there. Did you say your mom named you Maury?
Maurice.
Like Maury Povich?
No, not Maury Povich.
Oh, because he's one of your heroes, isn't he?
He is one of my idols. I watch him and I follow him. He is a great mentor of mine.
I know. Great man. Okay. No, Maurice.
Yes.
Wow. So we'd be calling you Mo instead of Lo.
Yeah, you would have been.
Wow. Okay. Who knew? I'm gonna have to try to resist calling you that, Maurice.
Yeah, don't call me that. That wouldn't be a good idea. But
So you're glad you're a Lawrence.
I'm very glad. She had researched my name because she was really trying to figure out what to name me, and she knew that our initials had to match. So she wanted our initials to match, and she just flipped open this book, and she said that she came across this name Lawrence, and it meant power, strength, authority, and all that kind of other good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't look anymore. She decided on Lawrence.
I think it's found in the book of Googleations. That's the book she was looking at.
The book of Googleations. Yeah.
That's the famous Lawrence book of reference. Googleations. So Lawrence, I'm curious about the third one. Why were you such a bad kid? What's going on there?
I don't know. Probably just trying to act up, just being unruly. I didn't listen. My grades weren't that good. They were okay, but not that good. But I was just getting suspended every chance I got. I just got suspended.
But the good news is that, as you can tell, at the end of 6th grade, he found Jesus. Found Jesus, got his life turned around. Woo! Got made a way when there was no way.
Yes, he did.
Yes. Lawrence, well, I'm glad you got your act together in 7th grade. If we were in the same school, we would have known each other well. Would have known each other. Well, it's great to know Lawrence a little better. Can we give a little holler for our brother? It's so great to get a few more details on his life. We've got an intoxicating team, don't we? I mean, I'm getting drunk on our team right now. Oh, let's get back to the script. Okay, we've got a chapter ending and an exciting beginning of a new one for one member of our WAM staff. Let's see if you can think of who it is. This is the segment we're calling Look Who Got Promoted. Can you see whose eyeball that is? You see who's anybody? It's not mine. Anybody on our WAM staff? Let's just look. Let's have all our staff just put your eyeball up to the camera and see if we can match. Let's see. Come on, get your eyeballs up there. It's not Mike. Oh, wait, we may have a winner. It's Ellen Carmine. Look who's been promoted. Yes, she's moving on to the side. You know what? To deluxe apartment in the sky. Do you know what? You know what? What's the last phrase of that? We've finally got a piece
of the pie.
Oh, come on. Take me back to the Jeffersons. Okay, a little bit of trivia. Who knows the next line? Come on. First verse. Fish. Really?
Fish don't burn on the grill.
Oh, no. So close. Fish don't fry in the kitchen, Lawrence.
Oh.
Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Everybody knows that when you go upscale. That's awesome. Okay, so to give us insight into this promotion and how it affects us here in WAM, here's our very own worship arts pastor, and may I say, probably one of the most impactful men in my life. A guy that I continually see myself in him in some mind-boggling ways. I mean, it's like a clone, actually. It's like a mirror image. My brother from the same mother, not to confuse with any other, Brant Porter. What do you got for us, Brant? Greetings, WAM fam. It's my honor on behalf of KCC leadership to communicate that Ellen Carmine is now the director of a newly revamped communications department. As you well know, communication has changed. Years ago, the focus was predominantly print materials, bulletin newsletters, flyers, brochures, etc. And one staff person was responsible for it all. Often that person was the church secretary with her clip art magic and her copy machine. Now we live in an age with apps, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, selfies, text messages, cell phones, laptops, video screens in our homes, cars, refrigerators, and even bathrooms. It's moving at a blistering speed. And we have to look for solutions and adapt to stay relevant. In the past year or so, several top-notch teams here at KCC were put together to wrestle with some of these issues. And as we prayerfully considered leadership time and time again, Ellen Carmine kept coming to the top of the list for this new role. She was young, forward thinker, avid learner, young entrepreneur, and likes to start things, optimist, passionate, driven, relational, teachable, organized, and has a high level of excellence. The list goes on. Many of you that serve and work with her certainly know the wonderful YO female human specimen that she genetically represents. She'll be working with our staff and many others to implement an invigorating new vision that will completely overhaul our existing church website, significantly improve our soda stream live stream experience, launch an online campus, bring both graphics and video all under one roof, working with various outsourced companies for content. It's quite an exhilarating plan. I know my quiet demeanor may not illustrate the level of emotion that is erupting within me right now, but that's because I am a soft, reserved, contemplative, rarely loud soul seeker. obviously, it is a plan that will affect us here in WAM. She certainly will not be able to continue her current role as video arts director. However, with the strong leadership of Mike Kozel, the help of Andy Coffey, and our amazing volunteers in our video arts team, rest assured we are still in more than capable hands, and the mission will skillfully wonderfully still go on. We give our entire support, so celebrate this decision and look forward to new horizons on this communication space ride into the unknown. To quote an inspiring leader of ginormosity, magnanimity. In fact, I believe he was the first man on the moon. Mr. Buzz Lightyear, may he rest in peace. I leave you with this thought. Tulipopoka kakamamakusa. Which simply means to infinity and beyond, say. Beyonce. Buenos evening, oso. Wow. Okay. That was the words from a great man. Great man. Thank you, Brant Porter. We are painfully speechless. And those words will forever be engraved on our hearts. Ellen, congratulations. You will be missed, but we know you will not be far. Once a WAMily, always a WAMily. Yes. Well, hold on. Need to plug in the broadcast here. We're about to go dark across the entire world. Okay, there we go. As we're wrapping up here in the end of our show, thought I had enough battery to get to the end. Evidently not. Some of you may be asking,
what's next for the rest of us in these months ahead?
That is a great question, Sue. COVID remains, but we will not be stopped here in WAM. In fact, we're running even harder. We're ramping up for the fall season. Here it goes. What do we got going on, people?
Hey, we're continuing with our weekend services and Sundays, drive-in church, which has been going really great. So we're loving having the family together in those times. We're going to do it as long as the weather allows. Maybe when the snow flies, who knows what we'll be doing. We're continuing to see God move in powerful ways.
Yes, yes.
We're hoping to come to you with the highly anticipated, award-winning WAMilytime.tv with a new episode every 4 to 6 weeks.
We've got another Zoom Boom right around the corner.
Woo!
We're exploring some creative solutions to keep our gospel choir together.
Yes.
Our ungodly groups are digging into the Word of God, sharing with each other daily, video meeting weekly.
And we're announcing a new endeavor where we do a service project outside every quarter. Maybe not in the winter quarter. We'll be thinking about that one. An opportunity to gather together and just bless the surrounding community in some tangible way. It could be an organization. It could be a neighborhood. Some elderly individuals, maybe some families enduring some hardship. There's all kinds of options there. For instance, this fall, give you a little sneak peek, we're getting ready for LEAF, L-E-A-F. What that means is lovingly eliminating another's foliage. That's right. 3 different days or nights. Whichever one you want to do, we'll bring our gloves, our rakes, our blowers, our tarps, whatever you got, whatever. And together, we will rid this planet of leaves and bless those in need. Why? Not because raking leaves sucks and nobody wants to do it. No! Not just because it's better to have fun and laugh when you're seeding. What did I write there? When you're, must have been autocorrect. I don't have a clue. When you're raking, but because Jesus is real, people matter, and we're here to love them. Right? Can I get a holler? We're here to love them. That's right. So that's coming up. More details to follow. That's another show in the books, people. Remember, be a family, WAMily. Thanks to our WAF stand panel, our WAM staff panel, and to all of you that joined us here on the chat. Without you, there's no us. Let's do life together. It's what a wonderfully welcoming WAMily does. God bless and good night. Oh, man, I am thirsty. Love me some peppermint, fresh. So good.